Hey, Pardon My Take listeners, you can find every episode on Apple Podcasts and Spotify. Prime members can listen ad-free on Amazon Music. On today's Pardon My Take, we have comedian Tom Segura back in studio. Great time with him. Like a perfect podcast interview because we had interviewed him a couple months ago. We know him now, and we just chopped it up, had some laughs. He's got a new book out, which I am attempting to read. I'm already on chapter 2.
He told an all-time story about finding a body.
Yes. So, yes. That was shocking part of the interview. We're going to talk U.S. Open. We're going to talk Stanley Cup. We're going to talk who's back. We also have an update on Billy, which will be after Tom Segura. We'll talk about that. We'll finish the show with that. We have a
Monday ruling.
We have a packed Monday show, tons of sports to talk about, and we're brought to you by our friends at Visible. What would you do with extra money you'd save from switching to Visible? You could pay $60 with some carriers, but with Visible, it's as low as $25 a month. Think about what you could do with that extra cash. Visible is perfect for singles with extra money. You could take someone out on a date or maybe just live your single life and buy yourself dinner. Who was the most important player in the NBA Finals? Hank. That actually isn't asking for that right now. All right, so switch to Visible at visible.com/pod.
Who are you going to say?
Fitzpatrick.
Oh, don't do that. Switch to Visible.
What does Matt Fitzpatrick's win at the U.S. Open mean for LeBron? Hank.
It's good. It's good for his legacy.
Yeah. All right, switch to Visible at visible.com/pod. Get unlimited single-line wireless for as low as $25 a month. Comparison to a single line with unlimited data at other major carriers. For plan and network details, see visible.com/pod. I know there was a lot that came out from Friday's episode, a lot of different things, but underrated was that ad read to start Friday's show when I went to Hank and he was just, why are you asking me this? So thank you to Visible, presenting sponsor, also presented one of the funniest ad reads we've had in the history of this podcast. Go to visible.com/pod, get unlimited single line wireless for as low as $25 a month. Okay, let's go.
It's Pardon My Take, presented by Barstool Sports.
Welcome to Pardon My Take, presented by Visible. Go to visible.com/pod. Get unlimited single-line wireless for as low as $25 a month. Today is Monday, June 20th, and holy shit, was that an incredible U.S. Open. I have calmed down PFT where I can now say that was awesome. We can also talk about Will Zalatoris, but that was awesome golf.
It was great. The back nine was incredible. Here's a fun little nugget. I know that, a lot of people are out there like, hey, you guys aren't real dimpleheads. You guys aren't real perverts. But guess what? We are. And a lot of people forget that Matt Fitzpatrick won the 2013 amateur.
He did.
U.S. amateur.
He did.
Championship at Brookline.
At the country club.
People aren't talking. I haven't heard anyone talk about that.
No one has talked about that. We had PFT and I had a lot of money on Will Zalatoris. I actually afterwards said that Will Zalatoris has to figure out his putting. I had some nerds, not true dimpleheads, be like, bro, actually he had strokes gained of like 2.8 or something on the tournament with his putter. I do strokes gained by vibes. He missed a big putt. I would say he lost somewhere around $50,000 worth of strokes gained for me personally.
He definitely lost upper four figs for me.
That's just my own analytics.
I was very angry with Will Zalatoris' putting game. If you want to go off vibes, I'll give you another data point for the vibes being off. He had that one short putt that he made where he did like a double clutch as he was going back for it.
Yeah, they were like...
He has a pump fake in his putts.
Yeah, they actually went and did like an illustrator on how bad a made putt was.
Yeah.
So yes.
It was the worst made putt of the season.
And I am now financially and emotionally attached to Will Zalatoris to a level that I will bet him significantly for every major until he wins one. And if he just becomes one of those guys that never wins one, well, my kids won't go to college.
Like Phil,
yeah,
for example.
Who cares? Yeah, right.
So I am in the same boat as you. I also bet on him at the PGA. And
same.
I screwed that one up big time.
I love the guy.
This one, I thought we had it made in the shade. Once the wheels started to come off for Scheffler, I was like, well, Fitzpatrick's not going to beat him. So I was riding hard from. We are what's his caddy's name? Billy Foster.
Yeah. So I want to talk about Billy Foster.
We're the Billy Foster of betting on Will Zalatoris.
Correct. And like I said, I've calmed down, and the more I learn about Fitzpatrick, I like him. But in fury, immediately after, I wrote down a couple notes about this tournament and Fitzpatrick that I'd like to share with you. This is past Big Cat. So I've evolved as a human being in the last 2 hours.
This was your pre-woke period.
This is my pre-woke period. Well, this first note is good that I've woken up. Not to be xenophobic, but the U.S. Open should be won by an American. So as far as I'm concerned,
it's not,
Will Zalatoris is the champion.
It's not the Open.
Right.
It's the U.S. Open.
Right.
The Open is like next month at the old course at St. Andrews?
Right. Yeah. What is it? July 14th.
Yeah, so that's one that he's more than
you can win that
welcome
one, dude.
That's probably his home course.
I'm going to bet Will Zalatoris, but if he doesn't win, I know what I look, I willingly got into trying to bet an American on European soil. That was stupid.
It's called the old course. I'm wondering how old that is because like British people, European people have a completely different sense of what old is to us. Mm-hmm. Like to us, something old is like pre-war, probably.
Right.
To them, they're like, which war?
Yeah.
Like the War of the Roses?
There's a ton of them.
Well, the fact that they call this place the country club.
That's kind of badass.
Is a power move.
It's like Ohio State University.
Yes.
I like that.
All right, so that was the first note. The second one, not to teeth shame, but I don't think you should be able to win the U.S. Open with braces.
He was wearing braces?
I think he has braces. I think he has braces. Yeah.
Full braces?
So, and I'm happy that he's getting his teeth fixed. Listen, again, not to shame him, but this is 2 hours ago, Big Cat. This past Big Cat have evolved from this take, but in the moment, the take was, this is bullshit. Take his trophy away.
See,
either take the braces off his mouth on the 18th green, and he can have the trophy, or take the trophy away and give it to Will Zalatoris and me the money.
You don't need braces if you're a bajillionaire and you just won the U.S. Open.
Just get new teeth.
You can just knock them all out.
Yeah, right.
Just get all veneers put in there.
I love when people get veneers and it's like they're just bright white, and you're like, whoa.
Yeah. I noticed that he didn't smile that much, and that's probably why then.
Yes. So again, I'm happy he's getting fixed. This is past Big Cat, and then the last one. This is actually a real take. That fucking 15th hole was bullshit. He hits one that misses the fairway by like 30 feet. Will hits one that hits the fairway that then rolls into like the deepest grass ever.
It was in like the first cut of the rough that it hit.
That was somehow deeper than anything.
It was skating on top of the grass, and then the place that it settled was the only deep part of that rough.
And then Fitzpatrick totally misses his shot, and it lands on a trampled down area from the gallery. I think is what you call them, as we are dimple
the patrons.
The patrons in the gallery had trampled it down, so he gets a perfect lie. That hole was it. That was a two stroke hole because he ends up getting a birdie and Will gets a bogey, and that was it. That was the championship.
I was complaining before you got in the office. I was complaining to Bubba for like 15 minutes, and what we're doing right now is this is a new segment of our show. It's when you get beaten badly in a bet,
right,
and it's called "That was a fucking great bet and it should have counted."
Correct.
In fact, there should be an option. Talk to the higher ups at Penn about this. There should be an option where you get the cash out that you can take before it's over. If you don't take the cash out and you lose by him missing a putt by an inch.
To a guy in braces,
you should get like $1 back on cash out. You should be able to cash out afterwards and just be like, hey, that was a good fucking bet.
Right.
You were on the right side.
Specifically. But all right, so that was right after. I was very mad. Now that I've read more about Fitzpatrick, he seems like a very good dude. Went to Northwestern, so that's a Big Ten title. I will be claiming that. And the story, you mentioned him, but Billy Foster, his caddy, is one of the coolest stories in sports because he has been a caddy for 40 years. He's caddied like all these incredible guys. He was on Tiger Woods' bag for I think 1 or 2 tournaments. He was on Steve Ballesteros. He was
Seve
on
Ballesteros.
Seve Ballesteros.
Dimplehead, Parvert.
Spaniard. I knew that part. He was on Sergio Garcia. Darren Clark, Thomas Bjorn, and then he was on Lee Westwood's for a decade. And Lee Westwood, if you are a dimplehead like us, is one of like the poster child for almost there, like always the bridesmaid.
Well, it's him and Sergio,
and hopefully not Will Zalatoris. But Lee Westwood, in the 10 years that Billy Foster was on his bag in majors, he had 13 top 10s. 6 times he finished third. 3 times he finished second. That's heartbreak after heartbreak after heartbreak. And I was thinking about it, like if you're a golfer and you are, always the bridesmaid, never the bride, it obviously is very, very painful. But this guy has been caddying for 40 years. He's lived like 3 golf careers in those 40 years, and he has had to, and if you're a caddy, I feel like that's almost worse because you're the one who has to give those like decisions and giving him like, hey, here's what you want to, use here. And then you have to go home and sit and be like, I didn't hit the club, but I was the one who helped him. That has to eat away.
He's the Buffalo Bills of caddies.
Yeah.
That means that the Bills are going to win the Super Bowl next year.
Yeah.
But
you know what I mean? Like, don't you
it's
think
all the small stuff that goes along with it that like you can blame on your caddy. You can blame one stroke per round on your caddy easily.
Right.
And he's got to deal with all that. And it was awesome to see him win after Zalatoris missed that putt on 18 and he goes up to the flag and he takes the flag and he kisses it. He smells it first. He goes up, he's crying, he's got tears in his eyes.
Yep.
He smells it, gets a good whiff, then he kisses it, then he takes the flag out of the hole and he starts to unscrew the top. I thought for a second that maybe the flag had like a shot of Fireball in it because it looked like he was opening it up to take a rip.
No, he buried money in it.
Yeah, but he unscrewed the top of it and then I guess he was going to remove the flag and that was going to be his for the rest of his life to keep as his particular trophy from that. It was awesome.
I've never seen end of a major where the caddy was like more emotional than the player.
Matsuyama's caddy where he bowed to Augusta.
He did. He bowed to Augusta. That is true. But like it was crazy to see the emotion coming out of Billy Foster. It wasn't cheers. He was just relieved. Like it looked like it just washed over him. And Fitzpatrick sitting there like he's a great golfer who's probably going to be around forever, probably going to have a bunch of these things. And he's got a caddy who has sat there for 40 years having it eat away at him. Because I really do think like being a caddy and being that close has to be in a weird way more painful than being the player because the player is not only rich, but they make the shot so they can live with it. The caddy doesn't make the shot. The caddy just helps with the shot. And if you're fucking, what'd I say, 3 times second place, 6 times third place, like that would just fucking kill you.
Yeah.
There's got to be like 1 or 2 clubs or like shots that he was like, well, maybe I should have told him something else.
That's what I'm saying.
Like that.
Like
worse.
a green read or something. Oh my God. It would kill you. So I'm happy for him. I'm happy for Fitzpatrick. It is like he seems like a very good dude.
I'm happy for his second family here in the U.S.
Yes.
The same family that he stayed with. People forget that he won in 2013.
He did.
He stayed with that same family this week, and they were greenside. They were watching him. And I kept going back and forth like, do you feel good if you're the actual son of that family and your adopted son comes out and wins a U.S. Open? Because then you're like, what the fuck have I ever done? Like,
right.
I'm probably not the favorite son in my family, even though I grew up here in this household. But at the same time, you're like, that's pretty cool that like kind of a stepbrother.
Yeah, you could just say your brother.
Yeah, my brother.
Yeah, my brother won the U.S. Open.
Yeah, it was cool seeing that family out there.
No, the whole story, yeah.
Do we call him, is he a Fitzy? I need a Boston ruling.
Is he Fitzmagic?
Is he a Fitzy?
Yeah, he's an Englishman. Like I said, I was very heated in the moment because even that last putt by Willie Z, I knew it was going to suck, and then it sucked way more.
It was half an inch.
Because it was so like I knew that he was going to miss it, and I was like, he's going to miss it, and then the way he missed it, I was like, God fucking damn it.
You know what we got though? We got an iconic shot out of it. We got a shot that we'll remember, the shot from the bunker on 18. That was an incredible approach that Fitzpatrick hit on that one.
Yeah.
Iconic.
Like, it was iconic.
That wasn't incredible.
You don't think it's iconic, Hank?
I mean, that was like
If he won,
I thought.
I think they he did.
Fitzpatrick won. Fitzpatrick from the bunker.
Yeah,
got it.
I think they have to name the bunker after him
because it was one of those things too. On the 18th, when he hit it off the tee box, they were like, "Yeah, the only place he can't hit it is where he hit it."
Yeah, he hit an awful tee shot, and then
they said bunker left is the only place.
Yeah, the only place,
go.
and then he's like, "Boom, right there." I also had the added. It was my son's birthday, and we had some family for the birthday, and I had to give like a speech right around hole 14 where I was like, "Listen, everyone in my household, I have a lot of money on Will Zalatoris, so we need everyone to lock in.
All hands on
and
deck."
then to have that happen and just be like, God damn it.
Also,
it ruined everything. Ruined Father's Day, ruined my son's birthday.
Just a little statistic here for you guys. I don't know if a lot of people caught up on this, but Max Homa and Brooks Koepka both beat Bryson DeChambeau.
Wow.
So isn't that interesting? You don't have to outrun the tiger, you just have to outrun the guy next to you, the fat dork that does steroids, which they did.
Max Slam too.
Yep.
Yeah, Max Slam
made the cut in four majors.
Consecutive majors. Yeah. Incredible.
I was there on Friday. I was among the people walking around. I got to follow Brooks during his back nine, and then I followed Max because Brooks in the morning, Max in the afternoon. Max was absolutely battling for the cut. Saw him slam his club down. He was pissed off. And then Brooks. So obviously it's like there's a lot of AWLs there. A lot of people said hi.
Recognize you?
I was talking to Max after. He was like, I was looking for you, but I didn't really like we were on one basically, and he outdrove us. Like we were in a spot where we were like, oh, everyone. We were there for 10 groups. Everyone. The craziest part about golf is like, no matter what the size is, all these guys were within 10 or 20 yards of each other on the drive, and Max had the farthest away.
Damn.
But obviously there's a lot of AWLs there. A lot of people said hi, but it's obviously there's an older crowd, a lot of grandfathers, business guys, like people that probably don't really know what podcasts or Part of My Take are.
A lot of guys entertaining clients out there.
Yeah. And Brooks, we were following Brooks around. He had a good-sized crowd when he was with Scotty Scheffler and Cam Smith, and so many people yell Blake. Like every single shot, it's like Blake. And it just hit me that this must happen at every tournament, and at every tournament there's definitely like an old guy there that's like looking around saying, why are they saying Blake?
So confused.
His name is Brooks, and someone at some level has to explain it, and that just cracks me up. Like, obviously, you know how big the show is, but when you see the real-world examples of it, it's so much funnier.
It reminds you that the whole Blake thing is a lot of deep lore. Part of My Take.
Yeah. Did you wear a glove and spikes?
I did not wear a glove. No, I did wear a nice Roback, though. They sent me a nice shirt.
Oh, damn, because I feel like if you go to the U.S. Open, like, you got to wear a glove just in case they are like, hey, you want to take a shot?
My favorite people in the world are the dorks that sprint to shots. Like after they land in the rough.
Yeah.
And you have like, at one point for the final pairing, there were probably like 600 adult men that were just sprinting down the fairway, like shoving people out of their way to get closer to the ball.
I also love the guys who work for the USGA, I believe, and they have the little red flags. And like if you hit just a terrible shot, they just walk over and so like cockily just stick it right next to your ball. Like here it is. Well, it's all the way down there.
I was thinking
the
about
first cut of the rough though. That's what was crazy. Is like the first cut is the ball's gone.
Right.
I was thinking that, like, is that at every single major event? Do they have someone whose job it is to help people find their balls?
Yeah. I think so.
To me, that's cheating. To me, that's not the way that golf is meant to be played. As a golf purist myself,
they should have to find it. Yeah.
I lost upwards of 25 balls last time I golfed.
Yeah.
And I didn't have somebody that was out there trying to help me out. Like maybe I would have broken par too if I had somebody that was telling me where all my balls went.
It's a fair point. And it's I mean the course got a trophy. That also jacked me up watching that video of the grounds crew.
The groundskeeper got a trophy, right?
Yeah, the groundskeeper got a trophy.
It goes to the course. They handed it to him so that he could then give it to the course.
Because it was a course job well done, like a very tough tournament. The video of the grounds crew getting pumped up before the final round was so funny.
The course had a walkout song.
Yeah.
It was like a boxer getting ready for a heavyweight fight.
It's the USGA ground crew.
Oh, it's not the regular crew?
That's the only major is the U.S. Open where they have the outside crew comes in and sets up the course. At all the majors.
How can we make it harder?
Yes.
They're like SEAL Team 6 that parachutes in and like it's their job to really fuck this place up.
That's what someone in the crowd told me that. If that's wrong, that's wrong.
I love that. But yeah,
let's go with it.
Some guy was like, damn, these groundskeepers
that kind of stinks for the
groundskeeper
crazy. At the club. They just
you set them up. You set them up
for them, and they just get alpha by someone who comes in.
The grass didn't grow overnight.
Yeah,
that grass was, they've been working on that grass for a long time.
I feel like the the groundskeepers at the course, they spend months and months and months putting in like the behind the scenes
they hand
hardware.
the baton off when they come in.
Yeah, they got to plant the shit ahead of time, and then
they probably just grow everything super long, and then the USGA gets to come in and say,
USGA, they come in, they're like, okay, we're gonna shave like half an inch off this rough, and you guys are good to go. But it was awesome. They were shipping up to Boston for the course, like being like, let's fucking go.
And the some of those shots when it would hit a part on the green and it would just roll for 50 yards.
That was my other
I don't know how
takeaway
you don't quit
from being in person is that putting is impossible. They were tapping putts, and if it missed the hole, it would miss by 10 feet.
Yeah. There was one point where I think it was Scheffler.
You have to have
Scheffler
a perfect read.
hit a shot backwards.
Yeah, he had that chip
on
and
Sunday.
it rolled back down.
Yeah, and the thing like with Scotty Scheffler, when I'm watching him play, I just assume that he's going to hole out from the fairway every time.
Mm-hmm.
He's so fucking good. Like I think he's the number one golfer in the world for a reason. But he was the one I was really concerned about overtaking Will and winning another major because that dude is a fucking monster.
Yeah, it also was one of those weekends where the Live Tour and all the talk about it, and obviously you have to talk about it, but it reminded you like as long as you have the majors. The majors are just incredible. They always there's drama. People, the casuals, not us. We tune in every weekend, no matter what. But the casuals all show up for the majors, and it did not disappoint. That was like high stakes drama that didn't go our way, and I'll be replaying that for a long time.
Me and Big Cat have what the kids call tour sauce.
Oh man, big time,
huge tour sauce,
big time tour sauce. Okay, other stories for this weekend. That was Billy Foster. I'm happy for that dude. I'm very happy for that dude.
I actually want to get him on the show.
Yeah, and I like Matt Fitzpatrick. I put it all aside as much as I hated him for a moment there. Will Zalatoris got to make that putt, and also got to not get screwed by the 15th hole where he hit a better shot than Fitzpatrick and somehow got penalized.
So Will Zalatoris is still really young. And when he played that awesome final round at the Masters a couple years ago, that was like, okay, this guy, he might be the next one up. It's great that he's been in second place a couple times. At what point does it become a problem, though? Because right now I'm still looking at it from an optimistic point of view, which is like he's really good to finish second place. But if he does it like one more time,
no, I think he's got a few more.
I feel like golfers have like 3 or 4 year windows.
Yeah, and also I like that he grew the beard out. I think that makes him look a little older.
Cut the hair. He still needs to put on like maybe 30 pounds.
I think I'm just gonna add.
Size doesn't matter.
I think I'm gonna just add to my bet every major until I'm like at some point if he just never wins, like in 15 years from now, it's like I bet more than he'll make.
That's a blackjack strategy,
on the purse,
right?
Yeah.
If you double down every time, you can never lose money.
I'm forever tied with him.
Mm-hmm.
He's basically my new 50-50 raffle. I'm just going down with the ship. But I think we'll have our day. I really do. I think we'll have our day, and boy, will it be sweet.
This was a good fucking bet. I got him 41-1.
It was a great bet.
It was a great bet. It was the correct bet.
It was a great bet. All right, other stories. Stanley Cup Final. The Lightning might be in trouble.
Yeah, you think? No, duh. That was a shit pumping. That was never even close to being close.
That was significant shit pumping, and I still feel like the Lightning will make this a series, but holy fuck, to lose 7-0. I don't know. I mean that doesn't really happen in the Stanley Cup Final.
It's a Browns-Jaguars score.
Whew, that was bad. Also, we had a great moment. Scott Van Pelt tweeted about it, and I couldn't agree more when the whole crowd was singing in unison Blink-182, and SVP pointed out, like, we as Americans have missed, like, why did we miss the singing as a crowd phenomenon at sports events? Because it is instant chills no matter what.
What were they singing?
They were All the Small Things.
That's a good
Did you
one.
see a clip? It was awesome.
No, I haven't seen the clip yet.
Everyone was singing in unison, and it was like, you can pick any song. It's what Europe does so well. Like, when soccer stadiums sing songs all together, it's just like goosebumps and chills down your spine. So when they did that, and he pointed that out, I was like, yeah, you're absolutely right. Like, why did we miss the boat? We need more singing in stadiums.
Well, so we do. We have one song that we sing, and it's two. My bad. First, Sweet Caroline.
Yeah.
People sing that sometimes.
Who Let the Dogs Out?
No, the other is Seven Nation Army, but they don't sing the actual words. They just do the
and Neck. Think about LSU doing Neck.
Yeah.
Like, that is, when LSU sings Neck, that's the greatest thing to watch.
We came pretty close a couple years ago with Mo Bamba.
Yeah.
Fuck, shit, bitch.
Yeah. Like,
remember?
It's fun to sing in crowds.
That was lit.
It is fun to sing in crowds. So we need to bring that up more often.
The British do it well because they have Oasis, which is a natural sing-along band,
and the Killers they've adopted.
That's fucked up. They took the Killers. They're not from Nottingham. They're from Las Vegas, Nevada.
Correct.
That should be our band that we sing Mr. Brightside.
Correct. So we need to start doing that more. Crowds need maybe we could get it for the Water Dogs who lost again. No duh.
The official Water Dogs anthem.
Yeah, is just.
It's game week, by the way.
Soy un perdedor, I'm a loser, baby, so why don't you kill me?
That TikTok song, oh no, oh no, oh no, oh no, oh no.
Imagine if we were singing fucking Beck at every Water Dogs game.
We stink.
We suck.
Jake?
Can't win a face-off.
Best uniforms in sports, though. I mean, those purple uniforms, I think people were like, dude, that's not purple. It's fucking lavender or something.
People
don't give a fuck.
They're calling the otter dogs. So there's no W's.
This Friday,
it's a trend.
It's battle for last place, 0-3, Chaos 0-3 Water Dogs.
Who's on the call?
My friend Drew Carter.
Oh, I thought you were doing this weekend. No?
I am.
Oh,
Saturday
night. Saturday.
Yeah, they play Friday. I'm doing Saturday. I'm doing
Thank
Cannons.
God. So you don't have to do the
I do
Water
not have
Dogs.
to do the Water Dogs. Cannons versus Chrome, and then Archers versus Atlas.
I'm
ESPN Plus, 6 p.m. and 8:45 p.m. Eastern.
Are you allowed to give picks on these games, or are you like Kirk Herbstreit where you
Kirk.
can't pick that game?
Yeah.
Okay.
But feel free to tune in.
But you think it's the Chrome?
Chrome's 3-0. They went 2-7 last year. Only team to not make the playoffs. Now they're 3-0 this year.
All right, so wait, what's the first matchup?
Chrome Cannons.
Thumbs up for Chrome, thumbs down for Cannons. All right, he just did thumbs up, so bet the Chrome. All right, what's the next one?
YouTube.
What's the next one?
Archers Atlas.
Archers thumbs up, Atlas. Oh, Atlas. Okay, so you went thumbs down for Atlas.
And you're being too nice. You can't be like, feel free to tune in if you want. Come on, Jake, sell it a little bit.
Last year, Big Cat did the full quote.
Yeah, no. We'll fucking find you and murder you if you don't tune in.
Yeah. Tune in. Jake is going to show peen.
Yeah, Jake. If enough people tune in, Jake will show his cock.
Full
in
peen.
a touching tribute to former
on the plus.
Former broadcaster, the Peacock.
Yeah, ESPN Plus, 6 p.m. Saturday.
What if it got more? What would you do if it got more viewers than the Super Bowl? Would you eat the color analyst butthole?
No, I'm not concerned about viewers. I'm concerned about having a good broadcast.
You're concerned about us elongating this bit and having you not be on the broadcast.
No, honestly, if you don't tune in, we will kill you.
Yeah, no, we will.
Jake won't. He won't have anything to do with it. Mm-hmm. But me and Big Cat will show up at your door.
Yeah.
And we will stab you.
We'll do it. It will be a great story because then we will basically have this podcast will become a serial podcast where we'll try to solve the murders that we committed. Mm-hmm. How about that for a wrinkle?
And Jake could have stopped it the entire time.
Okay, other sports stories. Oh, I did want to can we just do a little cleanup on the NBA Finals? How we feeling, Hank, after a weekend? Draymond was on his troll shit, which he gets to do that. Like he gets to I think his tweet today was like getting ready for Game 7 of the NBA Finals lock in.
He replied to Dave's tweet.
He which was like. That is just a man in the arena thing where, and I'm actually talking about Dave, not Draymond, who actually is in the arena, but like when you're in the middle of a big series or a big game, you have to talk shit if you're a fan, and when it goes poorly, you got to egg on your face.
Yeah, I mean, I don't really hate Draymond or the Warriors. Like, thinking back, obviously it was a battle, but even watching him how he interacted with the players and stuff, being so close, it was cool. You could just tell like how much of an impact he had on the team just as a leader and stuff. And obviously when you win the championship, you deserve the right to gloat and do whatever you want. So I have no problem with that. And it just is what it is when you win as many games as Celtics. You're 2 wins away from winning the championship. If they won the championship, everyone would call them one of the best teams of all time. Mm-hmm. Great young core, Jason Tatum MVP, but they lost.
Start of a dynasty.
And now everyone is just slandering. Like there's just so much slander as if they were a terrible team.
The Will Zalatoris
they didn't deserve to
basketball.
be there. Jason Tatum's not good.
Are you getting people doing the Le Mickey, Le Fraud? Where they're like picking
they're doing
apart
everything.
their entire run.
Yeah, they're doing all that, and that's just part of that's what happens when you get that far and you're on the biggest stage. But
I'd like to interview one of those.
It's
people.
sad. I mean, it just makes it a much longer off season. But I'm excited. It's like they're super young. They're going to be back.
We should interview one of those guys who has the tweet always typed out right away?
Oh, it's somebody that comes up with the initial tweet, and then everybody else just copies and pastes. It's copy pasta, so they just reply. They have alerts set up for Adam Schefter, and they just immediately reply to that.
I'd like to just talk to one of those people. What do you do day to day?
Well, they're the same type of people that I briefly became for a second when defending Carson Wentz. You become an LMAO guy.
Right.
Those guys.
Yeah, and you just end it all with the crying face.
No,
in
you
front
just
of
say
the happy face.
say LMAO,
Yeah.
and then everything's funny.
Yeah, because they're that. I have actually seen it in Draymond's replies too. They're picking apart the Warriors. That's just what we do online now. They're like, oh yeah, 2015 Kyrie and Kevin Love got hurt. 2017 you had to have KD. 2018 LeBron had no one. 2022 you played no Ja Morant, only Luka. Bum Celtics team.
I feel like the Celtics.
That's where championships are championships.
Hank, you got to let that slide though, because people are saying that to get under your skin right now. But the Celtics, they'll be fine. They'll be a good team. You can't obviously bank on getting back to the finals, but
I do
they're
think it's good
enough where
having
they're probably
Brad
gonna
in
get
the
back.
position he's in.
Stevens?
Yeah.
What do you mean?
He is now going to be able to help the team get better.
Yeah.
Through the front office.
What are you?
One thing I forgot to say, which was cool. And part of the surreal experience was Danny Ainge. Danny Ainge, Kraft, and Grousbeck all walked by Dave.
Why was Danny Ainge there?
He was there. He was wearing a Celtic shirt too. And he
I
came
guess,
up.
he is a Celtic.
He came up to Dave and was like, "Oh, what's up, big fan?" Blah blah blah. They all walked by and all came over and shook hands and stuff. And it's just
you think? Wait,
that's insane.
If Danny Ainge, if the
Even
Celtics had won,
Danny Ainge walked away and Dave was like, "That was crazy."
Yeah, if the Celtics had won, would Danny Ainge have gone on the trophy celebration?
Probably not on the celebration.
I mean,
but he built the team.
Yeah.
He deserves credit. He would have. I don't think he would have made it about himself. I think he was just there supporting.
Yeah.
But
This is the ultimate
Obviously,
Danny.
his
That's
guy.
a
He is
great
good,
Danny
really, yeah.
Ainge moment though,
Yeah.
because he's the guy who's always like, you know what, we're the second option. KD told us that we were the second ones that he was going to choose if he didn't choose the Nets instead. So he's getting another one of those right now.
And obviously, Al Horford's the one where it's is he going to be able to play at that level again going forward?
Yeah, so-
Probably not. But I do think they're in good hands to figure out the little problems and what they can do to make the team better. But it's not drastic changes don't need to be made.
Give me a quick on the roster, who you in and out on right now. Jason Tatum, how you feel?
Great.
Great.
Yeah.
Even though the moment,
first
No,
team
that's
All-NBA.
great. Yeah, no, I'm saying that's great.
the moment was too big for him.
Does he have dog in him?
Yes.
Okay, Jaylen Brown
Yes.
just has to learn how to dribble.
Yeah, and that's a perfect off-season thing.
Do you think
You got to fix one part of your game, dribbling,
He's just going to learn how to turn left.
Yeah.
Is his issue.
tougher question?
finishing at the rim.
Who's got more dog, Jaylen Brown or Jason Tatum? I think it might be Jaylen Brown.
The answer is Marcus Smart.
Yeah, well, Marcus Smart got all the dog.
I think they have equal dog. I think Jason Tatum's just taller.
I don't think
Okay.
they have equal dog.
He's just a taller dog.
You can't have
Yeah,
no.
he's a little bit faster.
Well, okay, if they've got equal dog and Marcus Smart is all dog, is that too many dogs?
No,
Okay,
you got to have dogs.
Al Horford.
I feel great. I just hope he can stay healthy and keep that fountain of youth going.
Derek White
Meh.
out.
Oh, you're mad on him even after he had a kid.
If they had, if he could shoot better, if they could find someone that could do what he does, but also maybe shoot a little bit better, wouldn't hate
That'd be
it.
nice. Peyton Pritchard.
He just needs to improve his shooting. I think I like him. He's got that dog.
That's a perfect off-season thing he
Yeah,
can work on.
just shoot.
Yeah.
Grant Williams.
Yeah.
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 What does he need to work on?
There's your scouting report.
Well, yeah, it's they're role players.
yeah.
Again, that's where
No,
it's
I'm just asking.
I'm not the GM. I trust Brad. It's like if they made moves, I don't think they'd make moves for Jalen or Jason. But if they got rid of Grant Williams or Derek White or whatever, I would assume they knew what they were doing.
Who would you take right now for Jalen?
LeBron.
Kevin Durant.
Kevin Durant.
Uh-huh.
Imagine if they did an exit interview
Kyrie.
with Grant Williams and Brad Stevens just nah. So how'd your season? Grant, we looked at your season. Nah.
You had that one good game in the playoffs.
And then, Robert Williams, that's got to be high.
Dog.
Yeah. He's the ultimate dog.
Just get him healthy.
Yeah, get him healthy.
Work on that.
Get him healthy. But yeah, the Warriors, like we talked about on Friday, every time I see anything with Steph, I'm like, this guy's awesome. He's just awesome. And he deserves to be in this conversation now where everyone's...
I don't like what he's done to the sport of basketball, but I like him.
Yeah. Well, it's actually not his fault because everyone's just trying to be him, but no one is him.
Right.
Right.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Through no fault of his own.
Right.
He's every kid out there that doesn't grow I'll put it this way.
I like this dad take.
Well,
yeah.
every kid that doesn't grow is like, you know what? I'm just going to shoot from half court now. I'm going to shoot from half court because I'm 6'3".
Yeah.
And that's how I'm going to make it. I'm going to be the next Steph Curry. And fun fact, nobody's the next Steph Curry.
Yeah, because also fun fact, his game is so much more than just shooting threes.
Yeah.
Yeah, that people,
he's got like some incredible conditioning. The fact that
he runs nonstop.
The guy keeps running nonstop. He's great at ball handling. He's a good passer.
He can score pretty much from anywhere.
Mm-hmm.
Like his 2-point, he's gotten way better at his floater game, finishing at the rim, all those things.
Yeah.
So what were you saying?
You guys always say how easy it is to be a Boston fan and act like my life's not hard. I'm 3-4 in championships I've been at in person.
God damn, Hank, that sucks.
That is brutal.
You've only won 3 titles in person,
but you've lost 4.
I've watched 4.
He's -1 title.
You've
lost. You're -1.
Yeah,
trophy.
plus minus.
Yeah.
Eagles Game 7, Bruins, this Warriors game, and the 3 goals in 2 minutes or whatever the fuck.
Blackhawks.
Sucks.
Yeah.
Is Boston the
17
most?
seconds.
Is Boston
It's 2
the
goals
most
in 17
cursed sports city in America?
Yeah, it's just like you guys always like to look at the positive, and sometimes you got to realize like this shit ain't
It's not
easy.
easy being Hank. No, it's true. It's a fact. It's not easy being Hank.
That's tough, man. You've had a
sometimes
really.
I'd rather be like your guys' sports teams.
No, don't even joke about that. Don't even joke about that.
Hank's like a fucking. Well, he is an executive, but he is like a Wall Street executive. He's like, well, I just wish someday I could just work construction and just like be a simple life. Like, thanks, dude.
It would be nice to not have all this money that I have. The taxes I have to pay on this. It's
Sometimes
crazy.
when I'm driving to my estate, I'm like, wouldn't it be nice if I was just maybe delivering packages for Amazon? That'd be nice.
They changed the formula on my favorite caviar. Now I can barely even eat the stuff.
Yeah, you can just go get a cheeseburger at McDonald's.
Hank,
you wouldn't know the difference if they changed it.
I'm 1-0 lifetime in games attended to see championships. So my plus minus is higher than yours. Is Washington
he's
a
bigger
better
winner
sports
than you.
city than Boston?
He's a bigger winner than you.
District champion,
That's just
baby.
a fact. That is just a fact. Last thing before we get to Hot Seat Cool, who's back? Stephen A. and Skip are beefing.
They love each other so much. This is all shaping up to be.
Do you want to give us a backstory? Give a backstory.
I'll give a little backstory. So Stephen A. Smith went on J.J. Redick and Tommy Alter's podcast, and he said
Tommy Alter and J.J. Redick's
Tommy and JJ's Tommy Alter podcast featuring J.J. Redick.
Correct.
And gave the backstory to how things went down at First Take, because a lot of people don't understand the complicated relationship behind Skip Bayless and Stephen A. Skip Bayless used to be like full-time on Cold Pizza, which was the morning show on ESPN2, and they would have a segment of it that was called, I think it was First and 10, which later became First Take, and it was just Skip Bayless debating a rotating cast of dummies that he would annihilate and wipe off the face of the earth. And then Stephen A. Smith got put into the mix as one of the people he would debate. They had lightning in a bottle. He was clearly the best person that was facing off against Skip. And then Skip asked Stephen A. Smith, hey, I need you to be my guy that I debate against because you're the one that brings in ratings. We need, like, what we have right here is special.
In the parking lot.
Had a secret meeting. And then Stephen A. Smith agreed. They made magic on First Take for many years. Then they had a messy divorce, and now they truly love each other. But they're doing Sleepless in Seattle at the other side of the continent right now. Eventually, they'll get back together. I actually think that they're going to get back together when LeBron James retires, when he finally hangs it up for good. They should do a reunion episode
to debate his legacy.
It should be pay-per-view, 3 hours of Stephen A. Smith versus Skip Bayless nonstop. You're just going to print money. So then Skip Bayless starts to debate what Stephen A. Smith said, because that's his only natural reaction to hearing Stephen A. Smith talk. He's like, I'm going to debate this.
In a very dramatic podcast reading where he was just...
Yeah.
He kept on showing how upset he was. He kept on calling him my brother Stephen. How could you do this to me?
Stefan, yeah. No, he was getting very emotional about it and was saying, Stephen A. Smith is telling some of the truth here. I did talk to him many times. What we had was incredible, but it wasn't me begging Stephen to stick around.
Right.
And then there were other people at ESPN that were saying, yes, you did beg Stephen A. Smith to stick around. It's all so funny because like they're so fucking in love with each other and they don't even realize it yet.
And they know like that's what makes magic, the two of them.
When Skip is debating against Shannon, you know that he's secretly thinking about Stephen A. Smith.
Correct.
Like at some point he's going to accidentally say Stephen A. Smith's name when he's debating Shannon. But I just need the two of them back together. The people that didn't grow up watching them on television, you missed something truly special.
Yeah, you did. And I think also Steven is going to get, like, he's in this tricky spot now where, you know, when he goes up against Mad Dog, that's entertaining. But now he's going up against the younger generation that just, they're not buying in. Like JJ and CJ McCollum just eviscerating Stephen A. Smith. Part of me, like, I like it when those clips go viral because it's funny to watch, like, them just matter-of-factly dice up Stephen A. Smith. But I also want to, like, grab both of them and be like, dude, just play along once.
Yeah, they don't
realize what he's doing.
They don't understand the take game.
Yeah,
they're
right.
like they're looking at this like it's a serious conversation, and they're rightfully offended by some of the things that Stephen A. Smith is saying about basketball players. And like any normal person will be like, "That's insane what you're saying," but they don't understand the magic and the theatrics of TV yet. It's like this is going to be a great analogy that people will love, I'm sure. When World War I happened. Mm-hmm. Everybody was used to like fighting wars on horses.
Right.
And so at the start of it, they just like charged at each other. And then they're like, oh, we got a machine gun. We'll just shoot all of you right now.
Right.
That's what it's like. Stephen A. Smith is on his steed, like charging down at JJ Redick. And he's just like, no, I can easily defeat your argument.
Yeah.
But it's nothing compared to the way that they used to be.
I know.
And I actually think if we're talking about who won the divorce, I think Skip did. I think Shannon is way better than
playing that type of game.
That game.
Yes.
Shannon is actually pretty good at it.
Yes.
But right now, Stephen A. is going up against a mix of Mad Dog, which is the best. He's the best on that show.
Right.
And then JJ just annihilates him
Right.
all the time. And then Max Kellerman just basically pulled his pants down, bent over every time.
Right. And Shannon also plays the role of like diehard LeBron fan.
Yes.
Which is great.
It's perfect.
Yeah, Lay Shannon.
Yeah, look,
I love when Skip calls him Lay Shannon.
I've been listening to way too much of that
Lay
podcast.
Shannon. Okay, let's do Who's Back. Who's Back is brought to you by our friends at Skrill. Skrill is the best digital wallet for gamblers because it was built for gamblers. Sophisticated gamblers use it to manage their bankroll. Whether they are playing games like poker or betting on their favorite sports, they manage their bankroll using the wallet, which allows them to pay instantly and securely. It's payments without limits, basically, and you can access your bankroll with instant deposits and withdrawals and also draw the cash using your prepaid card. Let's just say Skrill is the best digital wallet for sports bettors, so it's a no-brainer to create your free account right this instant. Make sure to sign up at Skrill.com/Barstool to create your free account and complete the account verification by clicking Follow the Game after registering so you can start using their digital wallet today. Skrill.com/Barstool. Like I said, you can access your bankroll with instant deposits and withdrawals and also draw the cash using your prepaid card. Skrill is a no-brainer. Digital wallet is the best digital wallet built for gamblers out there. Skrill.com/Barstool. Create your free account and complete the account verification by clicking Follow the Game after registering so you can start using their digital wallet today. All right, who's back? Who's back? Hank.
I have a couple. My first one is reality shows.
Oh,
Okay.
I think you're going to talk about the one I'm thinking of, and I'm so excited for it.
I think it's about a reality show for this company.
Oh,
Yes.
fuck.
Is that the one you were thinking
No,
of?
yeah. I was. I've been thinking about it all day. I can't wait to watch the new season.
I got to find out which the one I saw a promo for it, and it was like 16 fights in like a minute, and I was like, I'm fucking in.
But we are doing a reality show in Barstool this week. Big Cat, his daily YouTube show, The Yak. It's basically being presented by The Yak. We have 12 potential future employees of Barstool. They will be going through 4 days of trials and tribulations, and at the end of the week, there will be one winner, and that person will be given a one-year contract at Barstool. So there will be The Yak is every day at 1 o'clock on the Yak YouTube channel, and then at night there will be a prime time show where you can watch, basically see what they did during the day, and then there will be the elimination ceremony. So that's happening all week. Make sure you tune in.
Would you say there's more trials or tribulations?
I don't see.
You said there would be both.
It's gonna be great though. Someone is literally gonna be our coworker after Thursday. They're getting a job at Barstool, and there's a lot of different fun things we're gonna do with all the contestants. Whittle them down day by day. I don't know where you could watch like a show where you have 12 people to start on Monday morning, and you're gonna end up with one by Thursday night. It's like a binge watch in real life. In real time.
I heard one of the contestants is not able to fly to the taping. He had to drive because he's on some sort of a list.
It could be true.
Tune in.
Could be true. Tune in. I was referring to Baddies South.
Ooh.
I don't know, on
Bonk.
the Zeus
Hold
network.
on.
I saw
Who's
that?
that?
Was a bonk? Baddies South?
Who's that?
You're excited for this?
Watch the promo.
Oh, that's
Watch
that's a big bonk. You know what? I actually think Hank has.
You thought I was talking about Batty South? And Big Cat looks at me like, "Oh, you stole."
I don't know why,
from
but
me.
I saw this promo and it was the most incredible promo I've ever seen in my life.
I feel like Hank's taking his eye off the bonk ball, and I don't think you've been keeping track of Big Cat's
Okay.
bonks. I think it's been a one-sided
When's
list.
this list public, Hank?
I think we'll go. I don't know.
Y'all need to keep my name out of your mouths. I already know none of y'all hoes want pressure. I'm talking.
This is not going nowhere.
What? What?
It's like every scene is like 10 seconds and then they just start brawling. So, yeah, I was talking about Batty South. But, yeah, Barstool Idol this week.
Starts at 1 o'clock on the Yak. You can meet all the contestants then.
Yes.
My other who's back was Jon Snow,
Yeah.
the prince who was promised. We've talked about it a bunch on the show and how I still have been, in denial about Game of Thrones.
You
but
fucking love Jon Snow.
I do fucking love Jon Snow. Live action spin-off series centered on the fan favorite character Jon Snow, the Hollywood Reporter has learned is in the works. So he'll be back. And I'll probably be tuning in.
I'm a little confused.
And I'll probably have to rewatch Game of Thrones and just get remad.
Is this gonna be a prequel or is this gonna be
a post-quel.
It's a sequel.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I like post-quel better. So in the post-quel, I'm a little confused though because George R.R. Martin has said that he's been working on the next book for the last 10 years,
But the
and
next
he hasn't
book
done
ends,
that.
The next book
So he did
theoretically
this.
ends
He
with
did this instead
Bran
of
becoming
doing
the king. No. I don't think George R. R. Martin's involved.
Oh, you can just do that. You can take another man's characters and
Yeah, that's what they did.
wow.
Damn.
Jake's gonna write boner dogs.
I give you permission, Jake. The PG version. Okay. Is that it?
That's it.
Okay. Whomst?
Yeah, I do.
Two of them. Well done. My whomst back of the week is Pardon My Take.
Yeah. We're back.
Pardon My Take is back. I told Big Cat this on Thursday, but I'll tell you guys now, and the only reason I'm saying on the podcast is because there's some people that have been working on articles about it, so I figured that we just get the clicks out of it.
PFT's going to jail.
I'm going to prison for tax evasion.
Imagine.
No, I signed a contract on Thursday, so I'm coming
Yeah.
back. The show goes on. Sorry to all the haters who are crying and weeping. This is a place that I think I speak for everybody in this room, but I love doing this show. There's no
Yes.
more fun place to work. So I'm happy to be sticking around here and taking on whatever comes next because I love you guys and I love you out there listening. So I'm very happy to report that that's true. So suck my dick to every reporter that was going to break this news. 'Cause
Fuck
I
yes.
just did it.
Fuck
As Big
yes.
Cat said, I've been working on this story for years and I just tweeted it out.
Yes. I'm very, yeah.
It was a long time coming.
Congratulations,
This
it
one
was.
took a
Yes.
while to get done, and I'm glad that it got done because again, I love working with you guys. I'm very happy to be back.
Congratulations. Well deserved. Very, very excited. Yeah, it's awesome.
That's why I bought that guitar last week as a
Fuck
celebration.
yes.
And I also
I noticed we didn't get a gift.
I'm gonna name it. Just wait. I'm gonna name the guitar Blake.
you got those ice cream
for you
sandwiches
guys.
during the stream the other day.
ice cream. I did get an ice cream
Hey,
sandwich.
you got me
out of
cake
it.
for my birthday.
Yeah, that's
Great
true.
Cake. Two slices.
Yeah. I you know what's funny is last week I brought in cake on Sunday for myself to eat, and then I came in and I had cake, and then Hank was like, "Oh, you got cake? What's that for?" And I was like, "Oh, you guys can have some if you want." I forgot that it was his birthday. He thought that I brought him cake. I just coincidentally brought in 2 slices of cake for myself.
But it was for his birthday.
It was for Hank's birthday.
Better than a papadilla.
Yeah.
Oh,
Wow.
was
How
mean.
could you? How could
you?
you? How could you?
How could you?
How could you? Yes, congratulations, PFT. That is awesome.
just love you guys.
Yeah,
Love you
that's
too.
that's fucking love you too, big time. All right, my who's back. Well, I mean, we should just at least say
Batty South.
Batty South, but bicycles are back because Joe Biden falling off his bike
yeah.
was one of the funniest clips I've ever seen in my entire life.
It was awesome. It was.
What?
There's no more perfect timing, comedically video out there. It had everything in it.
It did. It was I think did he try to say that it was the toe clips? I saw some crazy bike people being like, this just shows how many people don't bike with toe clips. Yeah, dude.
Yeah.
You're correct.
So the toe clip thing is correct. That when you ride on a bike with toe clips, that's how he fell because he didn't take that foot out.
Right.
But also, what the fuck is there like 89-year-old president riding a competitive bicycle with toe clips.
Yes.
I think get the fucking dude a Peloton.
Dude, give him training wheels. He won't notice.
Give him a virtual reality headset and tell him he's on a bike, then leave the room for 10 minutes and come back in.
Have him ride tandem with some like Jack Secret Security agent.
Yeah.
Right? Secret Service. Like, also, Secret Service, like, you got to be there. You got to be there to make sure he doesn't hit the ground. Because if you fall and he doesn't hit the ground, it's like, whatever. But the fact that he hit the ground was so fucking funny.
Mm-hmm.
Also, that, like, you got to be careful. That was actually when I like realized Jim Calhoun was getting the end of UConn. He did like a charity ride every year. And he'd just fall off his bike every year.
Well, no,
he'd just like break his ribs and then he'd go out and coach and win like national championships.
He broke like 9 ribs one time and he still finished the race.
Yeah, no, he did that like every year. It's like, oh, Jim Calhoun fell off his bike again.
So Biden, and to all the losers out there that are like, actually, this isn't funny. He could have gotten seriously hurt. Yeah, I know. That's why it was so funny.
Also,
that would have been even like if he had fallen off and broken his hip. Okay, I know like that's very serious when you're talking about a guy that's 90 to get a broken hip.
Yeah, that's it. He's dead.
It still would have been very funny that our president fell off his bike and broke his hip.
Oh, and it became like I had to mute the mentions because it was like then people were like, "Well, what about when Trump did this?" Like, dude, everyone laughed at that too.
Yeah, we can
like that was the top of the news every night.
Like when Trump would play tennis and his ass would just be out there. That was funny too. Yeah, we love that. We love this.
All politicians are fucking weirdo losers. We have to laugh at them when they fall off bikes. Mm-hmm. That's a fact. And then my other who's back is our friend Dan Dockich. I don't know how we missed this. Put a pin in this one, Jake, because it's definitely going to be on the takeys coming up in a month or whenever we do the takeys. This happened on Thursday night. He tweeted, "Interesting. Pacers are praised for picking Reggie Miller over Steve Alford in 1987. Yet Pacers have not won a single thing in the subsequent 39 years. Would they have won anything with Alford? Who knows? But what we do know is nothing was won with Miller." That's a hell of a one.
Alford?
Steve Alford.
What are Alford's career stats there?
He wants Steve Alford to be the Indiana, because he's Indiana,
right?
Yeah, he was an Indiana legend. He coached Iowa for a while. I think he had some things.
Did Steve Alford, is he like one of the top 5 shooters of all time in the NBA?
I don't think so.
Okay, so probably that's going to be tough to argue that.
But they didn't win anything with Reggie Miller.
That's very true.
So that might have had more to do with Michael Jordan. I don't know.
I can't take anything Dan Dockich says seriously that doesn't end in my ass.
Right?
He loves being like just tweeting out whatever and being like my ass.
I just loved that he is still out there making those kind of takes.
They should.
I genuinely like. I know that a lot of people don't like Dan Dockich. I do like him because we need these takes.
Yeah.
And if he was sitting in this room right now, I'd say that's a stupid take and we'd debate it and it'd be fun. So I'd say that to his face. I hope I go on his show next week and I tell him to his face how stupid that is. But I love that he's doing it.
He's entertaining. Him and Stephen A. Smith should debate. Like those are 2 guys that I think could go at it.
I mean, that's just so wild. I love it. We need these to keep the take ecosystem floating around.
Mm-hmm, I agree.
Yeah. All right, Jake, who's back?
My who's back of the week is Gus Duggerton.
Ooh.
We have a release date for the new video game, July 2023.
Oh, fuck
so next summer.
So far.
Doug's is back.
Yes. All right, so
hopefully you don't have time to play it and nothing bad happens.
Whoa.
What,
Jake?
The reason he played it is because
COVID?
something bad happened. So I'm saying hopefully you don't have time to play
like me
it.
personally.
Yeah, no, the way that it came
paralyzed or
across,
something.
It'd be a real shame.
No.
If Big Cat were to
Got
die.
fired?
No. You know what I mean.
It'd be a real shame if you got hit by a bus.
I know what I intended to say.
I took it the worst possible way.
Yeah, I did too.
I'm nervous about this game, by the way.
You don't think it's gonna be good? Too much hype?
I don't. We all know where Madden has gone. Like, don't make it too. I don't know. They're just there's something about sports video games. Like, I don't know when it happened, but it happened, and like graphics got too good, and the movements got too difficult. Like, I wish they could have great graphics, but also some of the simplicity that we had. Like when you think about the best video games, right? It's like MVP baseball in like 04, 05, whatever that was. It's NCAA football right towards the end.
Tiger Woods 2006.
Tiger Woods, yeah. Like I actually loved Ken Griffey baseball for N64.
Yeah, that was sick.
That one was sick. Like there's something about the simplicity of those games that just works, and I don't want them to ruin.
You make the graphics too good, and the games have such nuance and intricacies to them that it actually there's too much to control sometimes. Like less is more, and like NCAA football 2014 is pretty much the perfect football video game. It doesn't really get any better than that, but it's different people that do that game. It's not the Madden people. It's like completely different people. Hopefully they've been like frozen in a cave somewhere since 2014, and they get that exact same staff back into place.
I want to get ahead of it because I'm nervous, because I was thinking about this when they announced it last week. I was like, I just hope they make the game for the common man and not for like the dudes that are playing for like $1 million in a weird room where they all have those weird chairs. I guess they're called gamers.
The gaming chairs?
Yeah, the gaming chairs.
The guys that are like inhaling oxygen out of the aerosol cans?
Yeah,
I don't want that.
I want it for the common man. I want it for the regular guy who's going to play, a couple hours at night when they get home from work. Like, give it for those guys. Mm-hmm. Stand up for those guys.
Apologies for my phrasing. I want you alive.
No, I'm just fucking with you.
Hopefully nothing bad happens.
Want me dead, yeah. No, I mean, you already...
to the world.
You already took out Billy, so you're like, I'm one step away from the big chair.
No, when people,
how mad were you when PFT announced that he got re-signed?
So excited.
Yeah, no, you've been staring me down this episode.
I saw him cross off something on his list when you said that.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, shit.
So, yeah, what people don't realize is wait a second. Last Thursday, Billy missed the taping, right?
Yeah.
Who was he out with on Wednesday?
Yeah.
Jake?
Did you roofie him?
Did you dope him up?
All right, we'll talk about Billy after.
Were you like, have one more shot, Billy? What's the worst that could happen? Did you tell Billy the wrong time for the interview on purpose?
I actually told him we had a 9 a.m. interview, and he freaked out. It was obviously kidding.
Right. But that was good, though, because, scare him a little. But, we'll talk about it after Tom Segura, the Monday ruling, as Hank said. Before we get to Tom, great interview. Definitely tune in. Great interview. It is brought to you by our friends at Coors Light. Summer is full of official events like weddings, graduations, and annual 4th of July barbecues. But everyone knows the best parts of summer are the unofficial ones. This summer, Coors Light is the official beer of everything unofficial, celebrating those moments that truly make summer chill. What summer activities are you most looking forward to? PFT. Unofficially.
Unofficially?
Eating
Taylor ham at the beach. Officially, eating pork roll at the beach.
And with a nice ice-cold Coors Light.
That's right. Nothing washes down a nice pork roll sandwich like a Coors Light.
The best. I saw someone tweeted us the bluest mountains I've ever seen in my entire life on Friday, and I got so excited because that is what summer is. It's the Blue Mountains. It is a Friday night when you're just hanging with your friends. It is Coors Light. So there's only one beer out there that's literally made to chill, and that is Coors Light. Summer chill starts with Coors Light. Make the most of your summer with a chance to win exclusive chill merch, fun local experiences, even a trip to New York, Chicago, or Los Angeles. Enter to win at CoorsLight.com/take. No purchase necessary. Sweepstakes ends August 15th, 2022. Game ends September 6th, 2022. 50 states at D.C. and 21 plus only. Void where prohibited. For rules, visit CoorsLightSummer.com. Celebrate responsibly. Coors Brewing Company, Golden, Colorado. Okay, here he is, Tom Segura. Okay, we now welcome back a good friend of ours, recurring guest, Tom Segura. He's got a book out. He wrote a book.
I did.
It is called I'd Like to Play Alone, Please. I told him right before this I bought the book.
Thank you.
Purchased it on Kindle, which means that I'll probably read about 15 to 20 pages.
Yeah.
Because it would be like right before I go to bed, I'll be like, oh, shit, I need something to read. And then I'll be like, oh, I have Tom's book. But you don't care, right?
I don't care. I think actually if you actually read the first 10 to 15, I might keep you to like 30.
Really? Well, I actually read the first 5 about your dad.
You did? Okay.
So here's a little teaser for the book. Very funny story you tell about your dad, that your dad is, I wouldn't say socially awkward, but why don't you say, like, he just leaves conversations when he's done with them.
Well, he did. He would be talking to you right now, and if you brought up, I don't know, baseball or something, he would be like, yeah. And then he would just, and literally, like, I've had so many friends go like, yo, man, like, I was just talking to your dad, and he just like walked away. And I'm like, yeah, no, I know. And then sometimes we would chastise him and be like, hey man, my friend was talking to you. It's not that cool. And he's like, what's that? And you're like, my friend who was talking to you. It's kind of rude that you walked away. He'd be like, yeah, I was bored. And he just kinda,
And then he'd walk away from that.
And would he do that to you too?
yeah, well, he would just kind of, you could just tell he was not interested. He wouldn't be like, somewhat do it to me, but more so like neighbors, friends, and, people that you were trying to get to talk to him. I mean, just he would just be like, and then I would ask him, I'd be like, why would you just do that? He goes, well, if I'm not interested, I would, I'm done being interested. And I'm like, kind of admirable.
Yeah,
right?
it's kind of like an efficient way to live where it's like, hey, I'm not going to waste time in conversations I don't want to be in.
Yeah. He would literally just go, oh, I was bored. So I walked away. And you're like, in the middle of the conversation? Like literally talking, you're like, oh yeah, we have the way that we talk to like each other's parents is a little different, what I mean?
Right.
Like, so people like my friends would be like, oh yeah, Mr. Segura, I saw in the news, and he'd be like, yeah, and then just turn and just walk away, and they were like, sometimes they'd think they offended him. I'm like, oh, you didn't offend him, you bored him.
Yeah, that's
He was
way
bored.
worse.
Yeah.
I might be getting too deep with this already, but do you think, like, is there any chance that made you better as like a communicator, knowing that you had to keep your dad? It's like the world's toughest audience.
Yeah, you're kind of right. I mean, they each, like, your parents each have a thing that definitely gets to you. And yeah, I mean, I would also, you could just tell with him, that he was not when he wasn't interested. Sometimes I'd be like, I gotta tell you something, and I would start telling him, and he'd be like, yeah, wow, like that. And I'm like, hey man, like, I need you to like really pay attention here. This is important.
I'm telling you about that I'm having kids.
Yeah. and then it would like, or if you said, I need your advice, that was somehow a different message to him, and he would like show up for that. Right?
Oh, okay.
Right?
So he'd
Like,
lock in.
He'd lock in on, but you had to make it like, this is a request.
Right.
This is a special request.
I need you.
Yeah.
Then it's different. But if it's just casual, the other thing he would do is he would share a bunch of thoughts about, cancel culture, right? And like go on like a 10-minute thing, and you go, okay, this is like an interesting conversation. I'll be like, well, one of the things that I think, he'd be like, all right, well, I love you, buddy. And I'll go, hey man, like, you think I'm just recording the call or something? Like, I thought this was going to be a back and forth. He didn't really do that.
He just wanted to get it off his chest.
It was always, here are my thoughts. And then after a while, you obviously you kind of get used to it, but it'd still be frustrating.
Right. Right.
Yeah.
So, I mean, what made you want to write this book?
I mean, I had zero desire to do this.
So someone showed you the money.
Well, not even that, man. It was a little bit of money, but it was the deal came together a couple months after the pandemic. So I'm sitting at home. It becomes clear we're not going to tour. And we're like, I don't know how long we're not going to tour for. And I'm sitting at home, and they're like, have you ever thought about a book? And I'm like, I've sort of thought about it. Then they go, what kind of book would you write? I'm like, I don't know. I mean, I've read a few humor books comedians have put out, and then like David Sedaris, like these types of stories. I go, I like some of those. If I could do something like that, where it would be essays, stories about things that have either happened or whatever. And I kind of have this conversation with a publisher, and they're like, okay, well, send us like a sample. So I write a couple, I don't know, I think I sent in like 9,000 words.
What was the story you sent in?
Well, it's definitely one of something that's in the book. I'm trying to remember what the first ones were, but it was like in that world of like, here's a humor piece, I guess you would call it.
Right.
And I also, you feel like, I don't know, you send in that, you kind of go, I feel like I'm done. Like, I mean, the night you're like, I think I got it out of my system with this sample.
Right.
And then they go, all right, let's do this. And you're like, how much more do I have to do? And they're like, oh, a lot more. And then you go through the process of writing, where it is a thing where, you can't just bang out a book. You got to just sit down and write pages, and you realize that like this is really consuming. And some days you're good. It's like some days you sat down, you're like, I sat down for an hour, I knocked out, I don't know, whatever, like 11 pages or something, and it feels good. You're like, this is progress, and it just flows. The next day you're sitting there for an hour and you have like a paragraph, right? And you're like, just, you know, and it's kind of like that where you're like, some days you're productive and you finally do send something in and then you kind of feel like, God, I'm fucking exhausted. Like with because you don't do it every day. I think writers who write for a living all the time, they do it every day. So it feels like so different. And then you send that in and you start to get notes. And then you're like, this feels like school again.
Right.
Yeah.
This feels like school because it's all marked up. And then they're like, you need to connect this more. This doesn't make sense. Or like, you know, and you're just like, fuck. But ultimately it feels like, you know, like you crossed the finish line.
Right.
In a way.
Right.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. It's interesting that it's in the essay format. Because essay, when I think essay, I just think school.
Yeah.
I think like it's an assignment that I have to do. But when you break it down and you think about like what an essay is, if you're putting together a book, it seems like it's a pretty cool way to write stuff because you can just like get your thoughts out on a topic and then the next day, boom, you're on to something else, right?
Yeah. I mean, you know, when they were like, what's the book going to be about? I'm like, well, I don't have like a fucking area of extra expertise to write a book. I mean, it's just it has to be stories. You know, it's got to be a collection of stories. When I overdosed on drugs, it's got to be, you know, the time that I found a body in a field with my sister. It's got to be about my dad's crazy fucking social communication. Like, that's the way that I thought. I was like, that's the only book I can write.
Right.
I mean, it's not going to be like, here is my book on physics. Or you know, so yeah, I just wrote what I knew, which is kind of like, we always tell this to like when someone's like, I want to do stand up, what should I talk about? You're like, talk about what you know.
Right.
Don't try to go be philosophical at first. You work at the coffee place, talk about that.
Yeah.
Don't get too crazy, you know?
Yeah. Is there a chapter about Bert?
There's mentions of Bert throughout about
Is
how
he
fat
mad
he
that
is.
he didn't get a whole chapter?
You know, he's not gonna read it. He won't know that.
But you know what I'm thinking about too? The more you know, talked about your dad and reading the first 5 pages, which I did. I should get credit for that.
Yeah, I'm actually,
not even from you, from just the audience of like, I struggle with reading books. Is Bert similar to your dad? Like when I listen to your podcast with Bert, it's a lot of you being his therapist and him like unloading, and then you say something and then he's like, oh, and then let's talk about this, and changing the topic.
I've never tied the two together, and I think you may have really found something.
It is like he is your dad in that respect.
In that respect, yes, he is very much about his thoughts, and just like on and on and on. And you could say something like, you know, that you have like a story to share. You're like, you know, when we were in Jersey, he's like, that reminds me.
Yeah, right.
And then he'll tell you a story. It has nothing to do with Jersey now. It's just like it clicks something in his head, goes off on that for like 10 minutes.
And that's why I mean, like, I'm always, when I listen to your podcast, which I love, comes out every Monday, and they tape it in bunches, which is always fun, like a time warp that you got to figure out. 2 bears, 1 cave. But it's amazing to me how your patience sometimes with Bert, who is obviously very, very funny, been on the show a bunch, and like, we love Bert, but your patience with him is shocking sometimes. Maybe it's because of your dad.
Yeah, I think also he really does amuse me and entertain me.
Right.
So, you know what I mean? Like, I love the guy. I think if you didn't love the guy,
you'd get
super, super upset or something. And also our personalities are so different,
right,
that I can enjoy it, as opposed to being like, I don't feel like I'm competing with him.
Right.
You know, like I feel like he's really that super fucking extrovert lunatic, and I'm not. So I'm like, yeah, this is fine. I can be around this.
Yeah. How's it going? I do know that you compete with him in terms of gifts, right?
Yes.
And presents, because he told us one of the gifts that he was going to give to you.
Well, the last one that he gave me was a Spec E46 BMW race car.
So how are you going to step it up to him?
I have something planned I cannot give away, but I have a pretty substantial gift idea.
So this sounds like something that we do on this show a lot, which is we get really into things, and our own like weird ideas and traditions and customs that we have here, until it goes to a place too far, and we all have to agree that we have to stop doing it entirely.
I think we're about there with the gift giving.
Well, I was going to say, what year do you think one of you is going to the moon? Because that feels like that's what's happening here.
Well, the you know, it started with an e-bike. I got him an e-bike,
which is like,
it was $3,000.
Yeah,
it was
$2,000.
Like,
yeah, $3,000.
And it was like, wow, this is awesome. And he was like, you give way better gifts than my wife. You know, he's like, my wife gave me a fucking wallet. He's like, who the fuck wants? He got really upset about that. And I think she got him like a nice wallet. He's like, what a shitty gift.
It is a shitty gift.
Yeah. And then I got him this e-bike, and then he's like, I'm gonna step it up. I'm gonna get you something that's more expensive, and then we'll top each other. And so it's been topping. It was like he got me a jet ski. I got him charter flights in and out of Austin. He got me a fucking race car with a trailer,
right?
Because you can't drive it on the street. Yeah, and so now it's about, and that's a substantial purchase. Dude. Yeah.
So you've topped it.
Well, I have to.
When's his birthday?
November 3rd.
Do you have conversations like with your family, like, hey, you know, it's that time of year again. Bert's birthday's coming up.
Yeah,
we're gonna have to be eating lean.
Yeah, put that milk back in the bottle.
I have
Little Caesars, not Pizza Hut.
I don't say a goddamn word. Like, it just is a thing when it's done. It's like, you did what? And I'm like, yeah, charter some flights for him. Like, really?
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
How many flights do you charter for us? Yeah.
Yeah. It's a lot. It's a lot.
Back to the book real quick. I'm always curious from like the standpoint of the writer if they actually enjoy writing. If there's anything about the process they like, something that like you find out. Oh, I didn't even realize that I like sitting down at a computer and writing every day. Or do you, like, what was the process like? Was it rewarding? Did you enjoy it personally? Sometimes
yes. Sometimes here's the thing. If I would have stuck to being more consistent with it, it's just like. In other words, remember in school when a term paper's due, if you got going on it, like, you know, and you liked that topic or whatever, it's not, you know, it could be something you enjoy in a way. What would kill you is it like starting like the night before the deadline. Right. So I had a bit of an experience of both with the book where like I was working at it. There's certain times you write something and you read it back and it feels good. Like you go, I like the wordplay, I like the storytelling, I like what I'm doing here. And then there's times you read it and you're like, this sucks.
Yeah.
Like, you know, and I think that's a very similar thing for stand-up. Like I feel like when you watch yourself in a special, you always have bits where you're like, this is my favorite bit of this hour, right? Like you're like, this is a fun bit. I love the way this came together. And then there's bits where you see it and you're like, I wish I would have cut this.
Yeah.
I wish I would have cut this. Book has like a similar feeling. But ultimately, I think you do get kind of a thrill out of certain parts of the writing process.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Did you have like a bit that you thought was going to be really awesome, like in terms of your stand-up, and you performed it, and the audience just didn't feel it at all, but still to this day you're like, they were wrong, I was right, that bit's gold?
I mean, there's always jokes that you're like, this one's for me. We're like, and it's one of those. It's like jokes where you do it where some nights, like 20% of the audience laughs, but you have enough around it that you're not like thrown by it. You're like, I know this is good, and then you'll do it like that for like night after night, and then I don't know, the next week it'll hit big one show, and you're like, there it is, right? Like it is good, and then it'll go right back to fucking 20%, and you just go like. I mean, I just had this conversation with Sam Morrill and Mark Norman about this, about how if it's not working though, like it's not working all the time, it's not working. Like you can spin it in your head, right? You can still love it. It's not like you're not allowed to love it, but you have to be honest and be like, this really doesn't work.
You have to get over being like, they're the ones who are wrong. Like the real comedy heads get this one.
I mean, there's still, like I said, you still get to go, this is my favorite joke, or I love this joke, right? You get to do that. But you can't flip the fact that it is not working.
Right.
Like,
right.
You're like, there's a reason 20% of the audience is laughing and 80% are not.
Right.
But you can get in your head and be like, nah, like this is, you know, like, but they'll always tell you.
Yeah.
And if you do, I mean, it's one thing if you do a spot and it doesn't work out. But if you're doing show after show after show and you're getting that result, like the result is the result.
I'm going to get back to Tom Segura in a second. Before we do, he's brought to you by Game Time. Game Time is the exclusive ticketing partner of Barstool Sports. Game Time is a ticketing app that makes it easier than ever to score last-minute deals on tickets to sports, concerts, and shows, and they guarantee the lowest price. They cracked the code on how to score deals on last-minute tickets. Everyone, what was the first NBA game that you ever went to?
Wait, what?
What was the first NBA game that you went to? Game Time wants to know.
I don't even know.
The Celtics.
There you go, the Celtics. How'd you get in? Probably with Game Time, right?
I think I went to a Magic
Not a
game
butter
in
knife.
Orlando.
You know what's easy?
No, I went to a Miami Heat game like when I was like 10.
Same.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
you can, if you want to get into an NBA game, my first one, my dad got me free tickets because he bought enough Chex Mix
Yep.
to the point where they gave me and my friends 20 tickets to go see the Washington Wizards play. And I didn't have 20 friends that wanted to see the Wizards play. I don't blame them. But if you're looking to go to a game, you should be using Game Time. It's the easiest way to get in the gate. It's the easiest way to go check out a game, go check out a concert, a live show, you name it. They have cracked the code. They will get you in the door for the lowest price, especially on last-minute price drops. That's where you're going to go if it's the last minute and you need tickets. Download the Game Time app, go to the Account tab to create a login, and redeem code PMT for $20 off your first purchase. Terms apply. Download Game Time. Use code PMT when you go to the Account tab to create your login. You get $20 off your first purchase. Download Game Time. Last minute tickets. Lowest price guaranteed. And now, here's more Tom Segura.
Have you ever thought about we've tossed around the idea on this show because we've done so many episodes now over 6 years that we should do a worst of where it's like literally our worst interviews.
That is fucking hilarious.
Like no one does that. No one does
That
a
is
worst of.
Such a good idea.
But the problem is there's some people that will probably be upset. Dak Prescott.
The only thing you have to do with that, probably, if you want more people to engage with it, is you got to cut it way down so that it's like
narrate maybe around it.
Yes.
Yeah.
Otherwise, just like here's this long thing.
Here's this
Right.
really
Yeah,
long,
here's the
shitty
worst
episode.
of, and it's even worse
But
than
if,
it ever
if
was.
you cut it down to moments of
Yeah.
like silence or awkwardness or just like not connecting,
Yeah,
that is fucking
And
funny.
I think
Then
the
the next
self-deprecation is very funny. Of it, like, hey, we suck at times because everyone always, the best of it's like, look at us.
Yeah.
These are our best moments. Like, no, how about when we really
Dude,
sucked?
do you remember what was that? It was it's always those debut nights when somebody got like a late night gig. You know what I mean? Like
yeah.
Conan.
Yeah,
and
they get like
Fallon.
3 minutes. Yeah.
But I'm saying their first night being the host of the
Oh,
show.
yeah.
And those, I think it was Fallon's that was so fucking terrible.
And now he's great.
Yeah, but exactly. What you get comfortable doing, right? Those guys do those shows. They tape 5 a week. And
Yeah.
they never have like really weeks off. They do it so much. But it just showed you like he was like, I feel like I want to say De Niro was the first guest, which is a horrible guest to put with somebody who's like, I want to.
Yeah.
Because he's like notoriously quiet.
Right.
So he's like, I'm the new host of the Tonight Show, and he's like, you're Robert De Niro, and he's like, yeah. And
me.
he's like, so, and you could see him trying so hard, and De Niro was like, and it wasn't a bit, like it was clearly just odd.
Yeah.
And now you had to go like, man, this is what you did this is your first night hosting the goddamn Tonight Show.
Yeah.
It was fucking so uncomfortable.
Yeah.
Well, everything after that's so much easier.
Yeah.
After like
Yeah.
your first night and it's Robert De Niro. I remember our first episode that we did
so bad.
of Part of My Take was we should put that on the worst of. But it was right in the middle of like the biggest lull in the sports calendar. So we didn't really have any sports to talk about.
Yeah.
But in a way, because we started off, it was like right before like championship week in March Madness. So we didn't even have any big games to talk about. It was after the Super Bowl. But it like kind of prepared us so that once we got to football season, we were like, this is fucking easy.
Yeah. And I remember specifically because we were talking beforehand, Chris Long was our first ever guest, and we thought PTI does 5 good minutes, and we were like, what if we did 4 good minutes? And we started doing play it off music 4 minutes into it, and it was just the worst thing ever. Because
didn't
we
even
did
ask
a
a question.
4-minute interview, and it was
Yeah.
so bad.
So bad.
But yeah, I think now that you've said that that's a good idea, we're going to do the worst stuff. I'm gonna guarantee that for the audience. We're going to do a worst
That's really
stuff.
funny.
So we should lie and say that there's one interview that we're putting in that is actually one of the best interviews we've done, but not say which one it is. That way nobody can get mad about them being
Yeah.
included because, hey, it's like when you have a death, like a firing squad and one of the guys gets blanks.
What? Because you dropped it already. What was so bad about the Dak one?
So Dak, we've only had him on once, right? So it was bad. It was awkward. I think it was the question I asked him. His middle name is Rain. No, his middle name's Rain, and there's a Dakota Rain porn star, right? Yeah,
I
so
think
was
that's
like,
what you said.
Yeah, I
you
was
let
like,
off with that.
Yeah, I was like, has anyone ever been like, hey, you have the same name as my favorite porn star, and it didn't work. And then the worst part about it was he thought he hung up, and he had his publicist on the other line, and she asked how it went, and he was like, it was terrible. We put it in the interview.
He goes, it was terrible.
funny.
They asked me about porn.
Yeah, it was so good.
It was.
Where you asked him his favorite color, he said gray.
Yeah, great.
It was so awkward that PFT just asked him his favorite color.
Yeah.
At one point. That's how bad it was.
That's a good indicator.
Yeah, well, I think part of it too was it was a phone interview. Those are always the worst. He was promoting something
Couldn't
too.
see his face before Zoom.
Phone's way. It could be so much worse. It's so much worse if you're a comic.
Yeah.
Because then you call it, and you're used to like now we're so conditioned to like podcasts and just talking.
Yeah.
And you don't panic. Like I don't panic, and like people who podcast don't panic if every moment isn't hilarity.
Right.
But when you like call in as a comedian on these shows, they're like, you're coming to the fucking whatever theater here in Chicago, and you're like, yeah, and they're like, so what's going on right now? You're like, I'm just calling in. What's up?
I'm in my
And they're
hotel.
like,
Calling into a radio
they're
show.
like, what? But are you gonna be funny right now? You're like, I thought we were gonna talk for a minute. Like, it's such a weird thing that then they go, all right, so anything else? And you're like, has it started?
Yeah.
Like I thought we're gonna chat about something. They're like, you don't know that they're expecting you to be like, I thought you were gonna do bits for like. You're like, I go, no, I don't,
that's not how it goes. It's not on command like
we
that.
don't do that.
I always thought it'd be funny if like Frank Caliendo called into one of those morning sports shows and he just like talked to them, and because nobody ever sets him up for anything.
Yeah.
He just like automatically dives into the voices. If he just talked to him for a while and then hung up and like didn't do a single impression the entire time,
that would be amazing.
Yeah.
I would love it.
I remember I really hated like all my comic. I really hated doing radio, which is like a required thing because of these how bad it would be, you know?
Yeah.
I remember I was doing Hartford. I'm working the club, and they're like, all right, we're going to do, stop by this day. We're going to do one of the big local stations. Okay. You show up, and the two people are doing the show, and they're just like, wait over there. Like, okay. And then they're at commercial break. He's like, here, come in, sit here. I'm like, okay. And then he's just kind of like not really saying much. I'm just waiting. I'm like, okay. And then he goes, all right, so 30 seconds, we'll be back, and you can just do whatever you want to do. And I go, what do you mean? And he's like, just take over. And I go, take over the show? He's like, yeah, it'll be your time. And I go, what do you want me to do? He's like, no. And he's like, it's 15 seconds. I go, hey, man, I'm not going to say a goddamn word when it comes back. And he was like, what? And I go, I'm not, this is your show.
Yeah.
And he's like, this is what happens here. Like the comedians come in and then you can just do whatever you want. I go, I'm going to sit here just like this. And he's like, he goes, so-and-so was in here a week ago, took all his clothes off. I go, how'd that work on the radio? Was that a funny bit? And he's like 5 seconds. I go, all right, man, it's up to you. And then he's like, and you could see him like panic.
Yeah.
I was the first guy that I was like, I don't want to do this shit.
Yeah.
I don't want to do this shit. He started reading, the laziest ones just read like 2 lines of Wikipedia. Like they don't even read the Wikipedia. They read like, you were born in Cincinnati?
Yeah.
And you're like, yeah. They're like, how was that? I'm like, I don't know. We left.
Yeah.
And he's
Fuck,
like,
I was going to ask you about Cincinnati.
by the way, blue. I love blue.
Okay. That's good.
Okay.
No,
But
good
gray.
choice.
How about gray as an answer?
Gray as fuck.
I mean, that's a bad answer.
That is a fucking jab. Right
Yeah,
there, dude.
I almost respect that answer though.
Me too.
Like he had to think on his feet to come up with the most boring possible answer to give us the least amount of satisfaction.
Yeah.
But we have a few of them where it's just like, or someone will come on and they'll just only pitch their product and like only talk about it, and it's just those are always like, okay, that's what we're doing. Yeah,
I know that's an awkward one too.
Yeah.
When it's just like a hard pitch.
I think that also, like you said, with podcasting now being like everyone has a podcast and they're all over the place, people have changed how they do these interviews and conduct these interviews. This was, I would say most of our really bad ones were like around 16, 17 when podcasting were starting to blow up a little bit more. And now I think people realize like, hey, when I go on a podcast, I have to like, they're not going to do what you just said with a radio show, but like you have to be personable and
You got to
hang out.
Yeah, you got to hang out.
Yeah,
I mean,
right.
I think it's even like affected late night. Like I did Colbert yesterday, and
Sick brag.
it used to be a thing where, they'd go like, you're gonna. It's 5. It's like a skill set to be able to like try to be entertaining in 5 minutes,
Right.
With like, and we talked. I mean, it's gonna be cut way down, but we talked for like did 22 minutes out there.
See, that's perfect.
Which now, like, I don't know how they'll cut it. It's up to how they cut it. But at least you really get into like a groove,
a conversation.
Yeah.
No, we've had a couple like big time interview names come through that were like, we can get you him for 15 minutes, and we're like,
Dude,
nope.
Do you know what Colbert? Because he's like such a great improviser, and like, you know, some interviewers are like, I'll read this, but he's just like whatever,
right?
And he could just jump from one thing to another, and he's like a really skilled improviser. So they prep me. It'll probably go in this order. I sit down and he goes, "Congratulations on not being a fat piece of shit." Dude, I couldn't. I was about to pass out.
Right.
I was like, this is. I go, that was not prepared for that. But it changed like the whole tone.
Right.
Of the interview.
Loosen the whole thing up.
Yeah.
Do you have to have like a document ready to go, or like you fill out a note card before you go on with late night hosts, being like, "Hey, here's 2 anecdotes." If they could
Oh
tee
yeah,
me
I
up
think
for it.
Letterman used to do that.
Letterman
right?
used to do it because we went out to dinner with a movie actress.
Oh, that's right.
And,
She told us
and
that.
she told us that like her whole life she had been like setting aside all of her good anecdotes in case one day she got invited on Letterman. She'd have something to tee him up for, and then he went off the air before she became big enough to go on his show.
Yeah.
Really?
So she was upset about that, but
Could she be big enough? Is she big enough now?
Yes.
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I don't think that's a normal story.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, we'll bleep it.
No, you don't. So the way it's worked, like the ones that I've done, have always been a producer calls you for, they call it the pre-interview, and you just talk. And sometimes they have like they go, "I saw that you did this like on your Instagram," or like, I read about this, and they
right.
and then sometimes it just conversation literally goes like this, where you sit around and talk, and then things will like hit with that person. They'll laugh at. They'll be like, "Oh," and then they'll talk to the host. It was like that on Conan, like that on Colbert.
Like a pre-interview.
Then they'll talk about everything to that host, right? And then the host goes, "I like these," and then that producer will come back and be like, "He liked these."
Gotcha.
Got it.
Our first time that we went on SVP, we went on the Scott Van Pelt show.
Yeah.
And our last time.
Yeah.
You guys do that a lot.
yeah, that's kind of our thing.
Yeah, we leave you wanting more a little bit. So we got sat down at his desk, and I thought that we were just talking to Scott Van Pelt, and he was like bringing up all these clips and showing us like, okay, here's Bill Belichick at the Super Bowl parade, and we were just like bullshitting. I thought we were having a conversation, just like guys talking about sports. And then Stanford Steve was like, all right, we're going to go on the air in like 5 seconds. And then Scott starts showing us those same clips, but he had already like warmed us up talking about the subjects without telling us that's what he was doing. I was like, television's easy, but no, it turns out Scott Van Pelt just like kind of knows what he's doing.
He knows what he's doing.
Yeah.
That's a real
I
pro.
do that. I do that with some like interviews when we have someone over Zoom that like we have no rapport with. I'll try to listen to a couple of different shows they've done, and I'll just have them retell a story like that they've already told, just to lose like because then they get comfortable.
Yeah.
It's like I could tell you not like this story because you told it on like every podcast.
Yeah.
And like those always seem to work.
Yeah, you're like, that's you guys do, because almost the whole thing, all those things, late night podcasts, everything, you realize after you do them well, you're like, oh, if I'm the host, this is my show, it's kind of on me to make a guest
Feel comfortable.
Yeah,
Yeah,
for
right,
sure. But
right.
you have to learn that.
Right.
You don't
No,
know
definitely.
that,
That's
you know?
part of the bad interviews that we did was totally on us. Like
Yeah.
asking Dak Prescott about his favorite porn star.
Sometimes you realize too that like, I know when people come in for us, you go, it might go a long way to like have like 2-minute chat outside the show.
Yeah, before.
Like, you know, calm them down or like make them feel welcome
Right.
or something, and then
Right.
Yeah.
and it changes the
Yeah.
as opposed to like sit here.
Yeah,
So-
sit down. All right, ready, 3, 2, 1,
And
go.
go.
That goes back to the radio thing you were talking about, where like podcast, just in general, radio hosts, and we know a couple good ones that we were like pretty close.
There are
with.
some great ones.
There's
It's
some,
not that- yeah.
there's some great radio hosts, but by and large, there are a lot of miserable people in radio because you're basically asking them like, hey, do a podcast, but it's live. There are words you can't say, and you have to wake up at like 4 a.m. to do it. And you have a boss.
And the bosses are like, we're studying data
Yep.
that says that this topic is not popular. And,
Yeah.
and it's really weird information they get told. And like, also, you know, if you can, like Colgate.
Right.
I don't know if you could drop that.
Yeah.
That'd be great.
And the other weird part about being in a radio station is everyone usually, or not everyone, but most people behind the scenes want to be on the mic.
Sure.
So it's like a very like on edge kind of feel to it a lot of times.
Yeah.
Whereas our guys, they don't. I mean, memes doesn't want to do anything right now. Like he just wants to tweet memes out.
Yeah, he just want. He'd
Look at
rather
him.
be in
He's just
Photoshop.
fucking- he wants to tweet some memes out on Twitter. He doesn't want to talk on the mic.
He's happy.
I got to ask you a hard question that actually, speaking of bad interviews, ended one of our interviews once. Did you read your book?
Did I read it?
Yeah.
I did the audiobook.
Okay, so you read it.
I narrated that.
I once we had Lenny Dykstra on, and I asked him if he read his book, and he hung up on us. He's like, "What do you mean I wrote it?" And I was like, "Yeah, but did you read it?"
Yeah, that's right.
And he was like, "Because I don't think he read it."
I think he thinks you were fucking with him in a way.
Well, I was asking if he read it. I don't think he wrote it either.
I also think the jury's out on whether or not Lenny actually wrote the book.
Yeah, right, exactly. So I was like, "Did you read it?" And he was just like, "What kind of question is that?" I wrote it. I was like, "But
did you
read it?"
Yeah. Now, if there wasn't such thing as an audiobook,
You would not have read it.
I mean, I would have read it in because you would get sent back
Segments, yeah.
right? But I buy the book and open it. I don't think I would have done that.
Yeah, because that's like, I mean, it's hard. I mean, I would imagine you have to at some point watch your stand up back, but
So
like you
uncomfortable.
don't. Yeah, right. You don't like doing that. I would
That's
assume.
horrible.
Yeah,
It's horrible.
yeah. I mean, I don't listen back to any like whenever we do something. I'll watch like snippets of our videos that
Sure.
I think are funny, but like I will never sit down and watch like
The
everything.
only time I'll go back is like if something really made me laugh really hard.
Yeah.
Sometimes what I'll do is I'll go back and watch that because I think watching it maybe it can get that laugh out of me again. I just want to feel that feeling of like I laughed my ass off at that moment.
Yep.
Or if I, either missed something, I go, did that happen? Like that kind of thing. But to just be like, I'm going to enjoy myself today.
Yeah, we have one clip where we were in Indianapolis for the 500, and we were running a mile while drinking a gallon of milk, and then it ended up all of us hitting each other in the nuts, and we all started puking at the same time. I watch that clip all the time.
Well, yeah.
Like that one I'll watch forever.
And it feels good.
I want that playing at my funeral.
It's not just because it's us and we're like, oh, I'm proud of that moment.
Yeah.
It's because like I would watch literally any group of guys puking and hitting each other in the nuts constantly.
Right.
Yeah.
That's why Jackass is the greatest film
Ever.
franchise
So
of all
funny.
time.
Ever.
So
Literally
funny.
all time.
I think
I
it's
just watched.
You did Forever?
Forever.
We went to the movie theater together.
I just watched it.
took a picture with us, all
This
of our
week.
snacks.
Yeah.
Like, so funny. Those guys. And I don't know. I'm actually happy that they brought in new people because I think it can last for a while. Like, I think they can do it again.
The new people were fantastic.
They were.
They were really great.
They still need Johnny to be the ringleader, but
I heard that fucking
the bull.
that has really
jeez.
really had a lasting effect.
Yikes!
like on his back, on his brain.
Brain, yeah. Fuck.
Yeah, concussions are scary.
He's
They
had
are
a
scary.
lot of them.
And it's
And
scarier when you're like 50.
And they're
Yeah.
also in Jackass world. They dole out concussions like they're fucking
Left
like
and right,
mints.
man.
That one scene where he came out of the bathroom and he hit him with a soccer ball going like 150, and he's like, "Damn, I got knocked out." It's like, wait, that was
Yeah, and
that
then-
was 4 seconds of the movie.
And then that was Steve-O.
Yeah.
And then he's on that treadmill bit with the marching band, and he's out cold. Out. That's like his second knockout in the next.
it is so funny, but man, yeah, that does scare me a little.
Scary.
Yeah,
Stick to hitting each other in the balls.
Yeah.
Balls
Yeah.
are funnier than headshots.
They
man.
And it is crazy. You watch it because these guys are like they're in their 40s and 50s, and then you see like those young guys, and they got like slingshotted out and just roll and just pop up. And
Yeah.
they're like that was crazy.
Yeah.
And you're like, God damn. Like, there is a thing about being in your 20s,
Right.
and just being like elastic.
yeah,
you know?
like falling differently.
Totally.
Absolutely. I mean, you know that.
Yeah.
We don't have to do that again. Although every time I've been playing basketball again, and every time I tweet that I'm playing, like at least 5 mentions will just be like, "You're about to get Segura."
All you got to do is just not try to go to the hole too hard.
Yeah,
That's
just
it.
don't jump.
Just fucking stay at the perimeter.
Yeah.
man. Just yeah.
Just to only break one bone.
Yeah, just shoot threes. All right, so I had one last question. This has been awesome. So it is the Roback question, RHOBACK.com. Use code TAKE for 20% off. First purchase, we got Q-zips, hoodies, polos, everything. We have something for you, hopefully in your size, because I looked through it and there was only mediums, and I was like, what the fuck?
I'm kind of like medium large.
Are you medium?
No.
I was like,
No.
good for you, dude.
No.
I went from XL to double XL.
But not a
last
fat piece
month.
of shit.
That felt good, dude.
Yeah, that's
Yeah, you're gonna be chasing that high for a long time.
Yeah.
That felt really good. And I was like, he's like, I mean, I saw your old stuff. I was like, wow.
yeah, good. That's
He's like, you look healthy. I was like, great.
Hell
man.
yes. So go buy Tom's book. It's called "I'd Like to Play Alone, Please." Out now. My last question was, what was your favorite chapter to write?
I did love writing. My dad died right after I turned this in, so writing the chapter about him and going back to it, that was like
emotional.
Yeah, emotional, but also like I think it was a great way to like talking about his social awkwardness, the way he would bring up combat, like Vietnam, at like family dinners and stuff, and his obsession with his flatulence and taking shits, like summarizing like things that like made me. I think about him and like makes me laugh.
Right.
Were those things. And then I think the story I wrote called West, which is about like, it starts off trying to be, I guess, a chapter about spending a lot of time in Vero Beach, which has like the largest income gap disparity in the nation, meaning like there's super wealthy people concentrated in one area, and then what it's like when you go out west. And one of the times that I did that is the time I was with my younger sister. We're going to a friend's house, and on the way she points out that she saw something on the road in a field, and then I didn't want to turn around because it's one-way streets. I was like, no. She's like, I swear. We go around, and we see a motorcycle in this field, and I'm like, oh shit, because the headlight is on and it's laying on its side. And we start walking around. And about 20, 30 feet away is a body. So
holy shit.
That story, like telling that story, and like the whole thing that happened was like, it was fun because I remember it was one of those things where I remember sending in a draft and like I wanted it to work, but it wasn't working yet as a story, and I got really good notes, which is something like you kind of really learn to appreciate. And by working on it, it became a chapter that I liked the most, I think.
Wow. How quickly were you, like, when did the crash happen?
So
did you figure it out? Did you piece it together?
It must have been pretty recent.
Damn.
And when I went up to the guy, I see him laying on the side. My sister's like freaking out. She won't.
Yeah.
I get close, and I'm super nervous. I've never been around. So I go like, sir. Like I'm saying, I don't know what to do.
Yeah, right.
And I like inch close with like my finger out, my index finger, and I end up just touching him on the shoulder. And when I touch him, I'm like, sir. He goes, like groans. And I'm like, holy shit. And all I remember, like at the time, I probably say the same thing right now, which is don't move.
Right.
Because you always hear like,
don't move
somebody
in
an accident. I'm like, don't move. And he like starts moving, and I'm like, "Sir, stop! You were in an accident." And then he pushes himself up. He's laying down. He pushes himself up, and when he sits up, the top of his head just flaps open. Oh, right, like fully flaps open, and I'm like, And then I had already called 911. I'd run back before. Once I saw him, I called 911, and then police come, ambulance, and they land a helicopter in there.
Holy fuck!
And they take him out that way.
So was he dead when the helicopter landed?
No.
Did he survive?
He survived, yeah.
Whoa!
He survived, and then months later.
When you say you found a body,
yeah,
that's a real plot twist.
Yeah.
Like it turns out he was alive the entire life.
What if he was one of those guys that didn't laugh at one of your funniest jokes?
I wish he was dead. Yeah. I wish he was dead.
I should never have called 911.
They tried to get me to testify at a trial because they were trying to charge him with like DUIs and like a destruction of property and all this stuff. Yeah, this is like months later.
And you were like, "Fuck that!"
I threw it in the trash.
Yeah,
yeah.
Good for you. Damn.
Yeah.
You saved his life.
Yeah.
I think my sister did. I reluctantly participated.
You were the one that
reluctant hero. Yeah, you
Yeah.
poked him. Don't move. All right. Well, Tom, thank you very, very much. Everyone, go buy the book. I mean, that story. We'll
That's
sell
a
the
good
book
story.
right there.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's a good
that's a holy fuck. I can't wait to read that chapter.
Thank you, guys.
Tom Segura is brought to you by Upstart. Upstart-powered personal loans can help you pay down high-interest debt, all online with simple and easy-to-understand payment terms. Upstart has helped over 1.8 million customers on their path to financial freedom. Whether it's paying off credit cards, consolidating high-interest debt, or funding personal expenses, Upstart can help you get one fixed monthly payment with a clear payoff date. Upstart knows you're more than just your credit score. So rather than looking at your credit score alone, Upstart's model considers other factors like your income, employment, and other information provided in your loan application to find you a smarter rate for your loan. You can check your rate in minutes for loans between $1,000 to $50,000 without impacting your credit score. You can even receive funds as fast as 1 business day after accepting your loan. Don't wait and check your rate today at upstart.com/PMT. That's upstart.com/PMT to check your rate today. Don't forget to use our URL to let them know that we sent you. Upstart.com/PMT. Loan amounts will be determined based on your credit, income, and certain other information provided in your loan application at upstart.com/PMT.